should now be live. Hello everyone, I'm just going to check OBS is working fine. It is good. Excellent. Hello everyone, how is everybody doing today? Hello Melissa, Sarcastic is here, Joshua. I think a few other people are going to pop in. Just need to get my microphone in the right place.
If anyone hears swearing, I'm sorry.
Yes, and if you hear swearing in the background, Dane is currently sewing up a hole in a blanket, so if he stabs himself, he'll probably swear. I'm doing alright, Sarcastic. Just chugging along. Now, there has been one or two slight changes to the setup today. For those of you who were here on Friday? Yes, Friday. We had started the build over here in number 10. And then I went back and had a look and noticed that it wasn't flat. None of the terrain had been flattened correctly. So I had to delete everything to do it again. And then I realized that in fact, the whole idea of using a dice to determine where we build next is all well and good, but I can't take the numbers off the dice that we already have. So, in the bottom corner here, you will see, if OBS will let me grab it, there we go. We have a spinning wheel for this, with all the numbers on, which will help us determine where we build next when we build areas of the park. I'm just going to shrink this back down again. Lovely jubbly. The wheel has spread from Evo. So, well, yes, Evo pointed me in the direction of it, which was quite helpful. Hello, Kairu. So, but we are going to stick to the Mayan feel. You can see I've rebuilt our Mayan temple that we built last time, and we're going to stick to this Mayan Aztec feel for all decorations, for all enclosures, that sort of thing. You can see I put in a Spinosaurus down here. We've got some fountains in here. We've got the Mayan pieces, and obviously good old Quetz up here as well. And if I switch to nighttime, you can see what everything looks like in the dark as well. I've decided to go with blue lights along the pathways, and we've got some lights lighting up the Quetz as well as fire up the stairwells, because I thought that added a certain something. And we've got glowing mysterious columns as well. So that is all been done. So I decided number one is going to be the entrance. Where we go from here is the question. So let's bring up our wheel. I've decided to put the spooky Halloween theme on the wheel, because it is October, so I thought that would be a fun little element. So let's see where we go. Bugger. Oh damn, I forgot to remove 18. I'm gonna have to tell it to exclude 18. 18! Let's go back to the park. Where is 18? It's all the way up here. Okay. What can we do with 18? See, part of this build is going to be about thinking in advance about what we're going to do with the area. And I think what we're going to need to do with these side pieces, 18 and 19, is potentially have them as looking down into whatever we put into 17, or if we do a tour ride, they could be access out of the tour ride. So the tour ride goes through 18 into 15, through 15, back through 18, into 13, through 12, through 14, that sort of thing. So maybe something inspired by cheetah habitats where guests walk along a long fence. Well, the thing is, so this outer wall will always stay. So the outer walls have to stay, but the inner walls can be modified slightly, but I want to try and keep as many of them as possible. 17 and 16 are probably best suited for lagoons or aviaries. So we've got 20 as well. What could, See, 20 could be an enclosure as well. So let's kind of combine the two ideas. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. This won't be... hello, Jurassic George. This will not be for animals. This is going to be solely guests and transportation. I think this could do with being a little taller. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to have like a raised area where guests are going to be. And I want them to be able to walk alongside it. We put a lagoon in 17 so that they can see the lagoon from up here. And then behind this area we'll have the tour rides going down through here that will connect into the other sections. So that's the plan anyway. Because with a park like this, we've got to plan in advance. Right, yeah, so a tour ride vehicle will come through and go this way, basically. Can we manually place down tour ride stuff without necessarily building a tour ride structure? I think I'm going to go with park tour, the good old classic park tour. We could build those styles of gates. Can we build the... Oh, we can build the tour track. Well done. Okay, so let's just put in... Ah, we can't. We cannot do it. Right. But we could at least put in the gates. If we at least put in a gate, we kind of know roughly. Ah, and we can put tour. I see. Okay. So if you put in it, because what I want to do is have the path for guests kind of go along where the tour is, and then obviously cross over at some point. Let's... How much more do I want this to go round? I think that's as far as I want it to go. So how has everyone else's Sunday been? Anyone been up to anything interesting? That's going to be very steep. That's a little nicer. Ah. Now this has to be... this wide. Just trying to figure out the route I want the path to take. Where's the drawing? Where's my drawing? Brushes. So if the tour is going to go this way, straight through, and then around. And then I want the path to kind of go down and cross and then back up and then this way. So that then enclosure 20 would be split sort of along. So this side would be the animal bit, and this side would be the guest bit. I think that makes sense. Go back to working in Southwest USA. I think I found something that works. Nice. Been planning a magical themed Jurassic World Evolution 2 build. Magical theme. That would be quite challenging to do, I think. That's not going to be far enough over. It needs to be about... yeah, something a bit like that. Okay, that works for that. Gonna get rid of that. Excellent. And now, hopefully, if I go back to our tour, thank you. Oh my god, that's huge. That's a lot bigger than I expected that to be. Yes, it's workable. It's workable. And it will just sort of curve around there. And then what we will do down here is make copious use of wall pieces. Of course, naturally they didn't give us a curved one. But we can hide the bits of path. That should be fine. InGen meets Hogwarts. Hogwarts is about as safe as anything InGen has made, so... Why does it do that? Keep it smooth. Yeah. Tranking compies is like trying to shoot a rat from a helicopter. Yeah, it must be like trying to shoot a womp rat in your T16. If anyone gets the reference. If we are going to have people going into section 17, I think it makes sense for there to be access down here. So we'll leave that little bit of path there, just so we know what we're doing with that. Why did that go skew-if down there? Fine. If you don't want to give me a curve, I won't force you, Jurassic World. The gap between the tour track and the mortar walls seems like the perfect place for some temperate bushes. Yes, we'll obviously put in plenty of foliage and stuff just to make it look a bit more, you know, bedded in. But it's going to take quite a few, so I probably will do that off stream. Yeah, and then obviously the tour. Where is the tour track? So if we roll a nat 20, well no, 20 is up there, 20 is an enclosure. Nice try, Dinosaur King. Okay. And then the track will go into paddock 13. There'll be a station in paddock 13. Same as there'll be a station in paddock 14. And then the tour ride will go through 12 and 15. That's the idea anyway. Curve, thank you. We can put something up here, maybe amenity of some description. And again, we need to get the people down into 13. We'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. I don't think there's anything much we can do here, but we've got a rough idea of what we're going to have in both ends. So let's bring up the wheel again. Hope we get something that works a little better this time, shall we? Right. Six. Okay. Six could work. Where is 6? Ah, right. That's better. This is better. We can actually do something with this. Right. So, how do I want guests to get from the entrance down into 6? What I'm going to do is remove... Is that not the delete button? Remove that section of fence. I'm going to put in... a curve. No, why would you do that? Wait, we might actually get a dinosaur in this one. Curve it. That's acceptable. I'm comfortable with that. Let's have it go 4s again. Now, I'm thinking enclosure-wise, we could either have something that's like in the middle, and then we can have the path going into 9. 7 might be environmental, but we can have the path going into 9, 11, 3 that way. Or we have an enclosure that's kind of like... this. So we have like a corner enclosure. And then we have the path that goes into 3, sort of there, and then we can have a path that goes this way and along into 11. We can have one that goes directly into 9, and then this can just be like amenity. What do people think? Central enclosure or corner enclosure? Sarcastic says central. Melissa says central as well. Okay. In that case, I'm going to put the path in now. That's me. Oh, you bastard. I hate it when it does that. Just like decides for no reason, I'm gonna snap to up here. Okay, and then we can obviously do like so that'll be our access point into whatever we put into number 9. There's our access point into 11. And number 3, I quite like the idea of whatever enclosure we put into 2 having a waterfall coming off this water source. So if we have the path going around the outside of enclosure 3, okay. So I suppose this question is now, what animals do we put in here? It's quite a big enclosure, so I'm thinking a mix of herbivores, because it's too big for one carnivore, really, in my opinion. Well, maybe not, actually. We could do a carnivore as well. What do people think? What do we put in? Carnivore or mix of herbivores? I'm gonna let you guys do a lot of the choosing with this park. Concavenator's way too small. Concavenator's probably probably one of these paddocks. This sort of size, I would think, is easily big enough for a couple of big theropods. Concavenator's just too tiny. It would get lost amongst all the decoration and stuff. Do I do my good old traditional double wall? I think I do. Where do I want viewing? How do I want viewing? Dinosaur King says iguanodon. Okay, let's do... I want something that's gonna look suitable. That one is slightly... That's better. Okay, and then the inner wall. We can use something a little lighter. What I'm going to do is I'm putting the double wall in, but I'm going to make the ends out of the glass wall sections. Kind of like what we did for the Utahraptor enclosure on the Europe map. Which I am aware I do need to finish. I just want to get those bits in first. Right. Now... I'm gonna grab the wall sections, which are in here somewhere. So we're gonna do 1, 2. Why would you do that? 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, and 5. Right. We're going to connect the fence to this. Let's go from the fence to the wall. Fence to the wall. Then we're going to go and then this one needs to be about there. So we've got 2 glass layers. You can still see through easily, but it's nice and protected from one of those nasty carnivores. Like that. Hello, Nicholas. They are useful for, you know, the bigger carnivores, and we are having something big carnivore related in here. But no one has given me a decent possible species yet. I do want to top these glass wall sections with that's slightly too tall. It needs to be a bit lower. Is that acceptable? No. God's sake. How about that? Okay. So that one goes in there. Hello. I've got one, thank you. And put that one in there. I'm wondering if we could do something with the gap, maybe give it a sloped roof. How do these bend? Tyrannosaurus. You know, it's old but gold. You could easily do a T-Rex, and I do still have the Dinosaur King mod. Like I said when I did my mod spotlight, I know a lot of these skins are not for everyone, and I personally do feel that a couple of them are way too much even for me. But there's a couple in there that I think are really, really good. Hey, I quite like the beading on the front that provides as well. This is not... haven't quite got the angle on this bit right, have I? That's better. I'm only going to do the glass wall on this side on stream. The one on the other side I'll do off stream. That way you guys don't get dramatically bored. So I'll just put these ones in so that you guys get a gist of what it's going to look like. So yeah, something like that. Again, I think this is, you know, just a point about people who say we need modular building in Jurassic Park World Operation. In Jurassic World Evolution 3, I don't think we do. I actually think what we need are the bits to do stuff like this with. Which is semi-modular, but still using prefabricated bits. I think that looks really good. Okay, so if we are going to have a carnivore in here, I am also going to drop the terrain down. Let's find a level. Not quite that deep. Okay, it will have to be that deep. Can I not level it slightly higher? Yeah, that's a little nicer. Ooh, bless me. Sorry. Now we are going to have also, I've decided, a viewing log in here. And what I want to do is have the log stretch between... I'm going to leave myself a bit of a gap here because I know I've got to do... the glass and stuff. I want to have the log kind of go between two of the Mayan pyramids that we've got. So, where's the pyramids? So we've got like... I don't think we can, because the pyramids are a bit big. Maybe we could do the towers. The towers would work. Okay, so like... we have like a tower here, and one here. And what I want to do is kind of put the... viewing log running between them, you see? So if we put like the log here, and then the tower kind of like that. Oh, it's a little off center. Yeah. And then do the same for this one. So kind of have it like that. Nope, bit closer. Like that. Yeah. And then obviously we'll put plenty of vegetation and stuff around. But that's kind of like gives us a bit of Mayan feel. Yeah, it looks like a bridge, you know. And then perhaps if it will allow us, terrain constraints. Fuck off with your terrain constraints. Yeah, and we can have the water go underneath it. Like that. Petition for no building constraints in Jurassic World Evolution 3. See, I'm on the fence about that. On the one hand, I think, you know, collision detection, that sort of thing, in, say, on the decorative items, I think is stupid, because a lot of the decorative items, things like trees, plants, rocks, you need to be able to overlap them to get them looking good, really. You know, in order to get that sort of, the way vegetation layers and grows, you need to be able to stack them together. But I'm not necessarily all for universal amounts of, you know, phasing buildings in for each other, which is funny, I know, considering I do play with Kyodenics mods on. But that's only because I feel a lot of the buildings in this game are still too big anyway. I feel like a lot of the buildings are way too large regardless. The curry was very nice, Glitzbog, thank you. I mean, I definitely think removing terrain constraints for sandbox should be a setting. I'd be all for a setting that allows you to just do the Kyodenic mod in sandbox mode. All for that. I wouldn't necessarily have it automatically on. I still think there is an element of challenge inherent in not being able to phase buildings into each other, and if the game was a bit more fair with the sizing and how, you know, how much variation we get, because like one of my biggest annoyances in this game is the hotels. Like the hotels not being able to change where the entrance is on the hotel is really pigging annoying. I've just realised that glass over there is not in the centre. May have to move everything about slightly at some point. What other decorations could we put in here? Oh, let's put a couple of other ruin pieces in here. And we'll also do that trick that we were told last time out with these towers. Sink a few into the ground to make them look like stone tiles. And obviously we'll put plenty of vegetation and stuff around there. So you've got like one little ruin bit. And then over here, let's put like... couple of heads. And we'll vegetate those in. And yeah, we'll put plenty of vegetation and rocks and stuff in. Carnivore feeder invisible. We're going to put one here. And we're going to put one here. That works. You've got a hummingbird at your feet. Must observe this around me. You go ahead, Daniel. Hello, monster. How are you doing? Oh, sorry, I've just realised I've not kept up with chat tonight, have I? I've been bad. The research system needs to be fixed. Yes. I have been meaning to do a sort of another 5... Well, actually, so in terms of my Things Jurassic World Evolution 3 video series that I've been doing. The next one is on things that they should do with the path, decorations, and fencing. I think fencing is included in there. And then the one after that I was going to tackle kind of like the random other bits and bobs, so the research system is definitely among that. Although I think I might have spoken about it in my gameplay one that I did some time ago. I'll have to go back and check. Okay, what I'm thinking about for this enclosure is to mix up the biome slightly. So this side, or sort of from here this way, we have like a desert tropical theme. And then for the ruins, it goes into like a forest, and then it's back out to desert for this side. So it kind of looks like the tropical sort of sands burying the ruins. I want there to be some movement. This enclosure is too... So what we're going to do... Since Mr. T-Rex can't get under here anyway... maybe not. Ooh, what about the... Hang on. Haven't I got, like, a tiny waterfall? Nope. Nope. You just keep splashing away there, splash effect. There we go. Yeah, okay. So, grab 2 of these. And have, like, one kind of... here. And one... here. And that just adds a little movement into the enclosure, gives us something to sort of get the log a little bit more sort of embedded inside the enclosure. Gives us something to put sort of rocks, trees, bushes, that sort of thing about. Right. Save on the dice map. I'm having to be very careful with where I save my games after ruining the Jurassic Architect map. I cannot quite believe I did that. I'm really gutted as well because the map was coming along nicely. I'm not going to rebuild it. I'm going to any future Jurassic Architect pieces. They'll just be builds, solitary builds. Right. Can we put Utahraptors? Again, I think they're a bit too small. I want something big. I want a theropod, and I'm not necessarily against using a theropod that's a mod theropod or one that we haven't used before. I do have quite a few theropod mods installed, you see, so... Eocarcharia is a bit small. Eustriptus pondylus is a bit small. Phasallosuchus could work. Mapu could work. Saurophaganax, I haven't used him in a park yet. And I do like the skins. Tarbosaurus we used in the Europe park, so that one's out. Eutyrannus we also used somewhere recently. We will have some feathery boys in the park, just not for this enclosure. I am drawn towards Saurophaganax because the name also sounds kind of a bit Aztec-y to me, like the ending nax on the end, like Saurophaganax. It sounds like a kind of Aztec-y sort of thing, or at least it does to me. Now, we've got a lot of choices of scheme. I do like Leviathan's black and blue. I think that's really, really nice. Let's just have a look through the base other colours. Death Valley is glorious. Great Sandy Desert's quite nice. Chaplin Valley is quite nice. Oh, the Amazon rainforest as well. And then the pattern basically changes the nose. If we do Saurophaganax, do we want male and female? That's literally what I just... We were thinking the same thing, Daniel. Okay, so we want a male and we want a female. Let's do 2 females and 1 male. So, I do like this skin, but I don't think it's going to be very easy to do it like a male-female version of it. And I mean, I could do it as the male, but there's nothing really that then matches it in terms of female. So the female would look really radically different. Unless we did Leviathan for the male and Planet Dinosaur for the female. Or we just come up with a skin for the male. Because there's quite a few colours here that would work quite well together. Like Mangrove Forest, Gambia works well. Death Valley and Amazon works well as male, female. Svalbard, Yukon River, Limpopo and Killian could all be different shades. Salar del Huasco and Chaplin Valley works very well together. Let's do it the creative way. Okay, so let's pick a color for the male. I'm torn between Death Valley, Mangrove Forest, or Gambia. They're the 3 I'm torn between. So Death Valley is the Gambia. Gambia is kind of like the cyano green with the white, and then if we give it like the mating coloration of... What one is going to appear really distinct and vivid? You know, the red looks... I really like that red. Okay, so there's our male. Gambia River Basin. And lithobates. Our female is going to have black crests. And then we need a color that can be like a duller version of the Gambia. You know, I think it's Svalbard, you know. The white is the same white, it's just a little dull. And the body color, again, it's the same sort of pattern and color. But instead of giving her black crests, let's give her... Let's just give her like these little or slightly orange crests. I think that's fine. So we're gonna do Svalbard and hello Zadus. Happy runner. Oh, and since we are at the halfway point through the stream, just a quick thing to say that if you haven't liked the stream, please can you do so. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please can you do so, and make sure your notifications are turned on as well, please. I know it's cliche, I hate doing it. You know, I really hate the YouTuber crap. But I know it sounds cliche, but you go, you know, when I go through the analytics of the channel, like so and so X percentage of people haven't subbed, don't have notifications turned on, so they miss when I post community messages and that sort of thing. And it really does. Again, it's cliche to say, but it really does help tiny channels like ours to grow. So please do remember the usual YouTuber stuff. Okay, so let's get Saurophaganax in. Let's build our little dinosaur and animal manufacturing place. Oh, there goes all Danielle's messages. Right, Saurophaganax. Right, hey, what? Am I just blind? Saurophaganax, there we are. Male is Gambia River Basin and Lithobates. And the females are Svalbard and Papurana. Intolerant. A female who's defensive and intolerant. I'm sure we've all been there. Right. Deliver Saurophaganax. And deliver Saurophaganax. There we go. Ah, now this guy needs need to decide where to put. Oh, what sort of entrance building? What's gonna be? I think we use the Jurassic Park. And where are we gonna put the entrance to this? Here? Let's put it on like this corner here. Oh, of course you'd do that. Oh, why? Why? Honestly. Why do all these buildings have such massive footprints? Okay, and then we can go across one, down one, in, down one, in. It gives a nice little effect there. And same thing with the wall sections. Just to give ourselves a nice little border. There we go. Chat seems a bit quiet at the moment. Hello, Berenson. Oh, I didn't know that Zaydas is another YouTuber. Has the Evo stream only just finished? Blimey, that's a long one. Ah, no, you were just busy. Ah, righto. I was about to say. That's a blastedly long stream she did there. Right. I want something here. I would like it to be taller than that. But not that tall. How does this look if we kind of lower it into the ground a bit? Does it still look okay? Again, kind of want it to be a little lower than that. Kind of like, more like that height, really. I don't know if I like that or not. What else have we got in here? How much would that take up if I shrink it down? Quite a bit. Maybe just a fountain in here. How big is the... Oh, for heaven's sake. Okay, here's what we do. We're going to grab one of those. And then we're going to go... Whoop. Then we're going to grab another one. Then we're going to grab these lovely little plant pots. Not the devil. Mr. Saurophaganax? You were supposed to be in there.
Fletcher? One does not simply move a cat from a box to another box. The cat decides which box it is, and we all know that all dinosaurs are cats.
How did it... How did it get out? I get the sneaking suspicion it walked through those glass things. Also, these guys are bigger than I thought they were. Crikey.
Is that what
Oh look, he can walk up. Oh, that would have been the perfect screenshot opportunity. I'm glad they can walk through there though. That looks so good walking through there. Life finds a way. Certainly does. Obviously, I'm gonna have to put some invisible fencing in around the edges and stuff. They look so cool just going through that gap. Okay, that was peculiar, wasn't it? What was I doing? Yes, I was putting in glorious little shrubberies. Shrubberies! There you go, just a few nice little plants, just to make that look a little bit more interesting. I think somewhere in here we do also have some Mayan statues, but let's put a couple of flaming obelisks in. I've just had a thought. I just want to experiment with something. I want to put one of these on its side. Like that. Yep. Then I want to grab it. Now if I turn it, maybe have it go this way, sink it down. How? Wouldn't really work. That's a shame. Just had a random thought because I don't like the fact that if I switch this to day darkness, none of the writing glows. None of it glows in the dark. None of it's ever lit. So you can never see the writing on the front of some of these. I always think that's a little annoying. So I was just wondering if I could like put one of these lit up poles behind the lighting just to make it show up a bit better, but nah, it was not to be. Ah yes, we do have some small statues. They are a bit small. Of them popping out of the amber. Hello, Jurassic Jaws. I gave Berenson moderator privileges because Berenson, ever since he joined the channel, has been here pretty much every single stream. He's always very active. He has his head screwed on. And I just wanted to acknowledge Berenson's support for this tiny channel. Not that I don't appreciate everyone else's support. We obviously appreciate everybody's support. Especially considering there are so many other bigger YouTubers. You're not even including Evo, but also Beaver and Best in Slot and the rest. Guests are complaining, are they? Guests are complaining. That's all they fucking do. Sorry. I find the your guests are complaining pop-ups to be very annoying. I wish there was a way you could turn them off. So I'm like, I don't care. I'm in the process of building the park around them. They should shut up and let me get on with it. Can we fit one more in here? I'm happy with that. I think that looks suitably Mayan. Guests are complaining. Evergreen statement. Reminds me of how my guests in Zoo Tycoon 2 complain and they end up getting fed to the sharks. I'm not saying that, you know, I would call for the god Quetzalcoatlus to put a curse on them. I'm not saying that I would do that. I'm just going to say that I could do that. He's done it again, look!
Not unusual.
How are they doing that? There's no holes in the fence. Unless he's... Nah, because there's invisible fencing there, so he can't get through there.
I would like to let people know that
How did...
you're going to be watching this at like 12 times speed just to see what they're doing.
Okay. I have had enough of this, Mr. Saurophaganaxes. Just for the time being.
He's still going to get out, isn't he?
He shouldn't, because the invisible fences... Oh, you...
Oh my.
Some days, this game really does get on my nerves. Okay, now I'm pretty sure that they can't. I'm just putting this temporarily in here because I need to build the other glass thing there. But I'm pretty sure the invisible fences have like a really good rating. Yeah, they're 6. So I'm pretty sure the Saurophaganax will not be able to escape again. And just to make sure of it, I'm going to put it on fast forward, and we're going to observe the Saurophaganax. I'm laughing at the scent of rage. I'm not sure how they're doing it. There's not a gap in the... This invisible fence is not straight. Gonna have to redo that. I just want to make sure they cannot escape through the... I'm watching you. Oh, right now, the guests should be glad they haven't been eaten by a live Saurophaganax. Complaining about the amenities. God. Okay, I think escaping the Saurophaganax problem has been handled. Sam, that joke was awful. You should feel bad. I also know for a fact that that is not actually the joke. I actually know where that joke technically comes from, but you just can't say that version of the joke because it would be incredibly rude.
When has he ever cared?
I don't think he would want to be rude on our stream.
Sure.
That was also me telling him not to be rude on our stream. Never. I'm watching you. Always watching. Actually, I think 2 of these would work better than 2 of those. Bit more Miami. Why aren't they going down to where the...
Is your everything bored? Why do they just walk in circles?
Because they don't this is the problem I have with the people in this game. Unlike Planet Zoo and Coaster, they don't just generally walk around. They'll only go to places and attractions if there's amenities near them, which I've never understood because it's such a stupid way of doing it. God damn it. God damn it. I suppose we better pick our colorations. Maybe go for like a sandstone? If your park is laggy, it's sometimes because there are too many guests clogging the system. Well, it could be that there are too many guests.
Is it time for a genocide?
Why did you say that in such a happy way?
Have you seen the games I've played for this channel?
Quite like that dark green, actually. Decorations we'll have in red. Lights we'll use the blue we've been using elsewhere. Set as default, right. Now, pondering what's going to look the best for our sort of Mayan feel that we're going for. I think probably the Jurassic Park style. I'll leave it at that for the moment. Yes, we generally have a no caps rule in our chat too. I don't mind them occasionally being used, but not too often. Okay, so we could squeeze a drinks place in next door as well. I hope everyone's being nice in chat. Okay. Jurassic Park concrete, roof style concrete with palisade. Ooh. That looks good. What is going on? Let's not be being naughty in the chat, please. Just saying in general, let's not be messing around in chat. At the moment, we don't have any clear-cut streaming rules because...
Fletcher, I've just mentioned this.
Oh, sorry.
That's why I've been taking that so well.
Well, still. We don't have that many rules because we don't have that many people on stream usually, so... It's not a big issue. I feel like we need something here. Do you reckon that's enough to get a bathroom in there? Would fit. Why? Why do you do this? What's wrong with this path? Seriously, why does it do that? It's so effing stupid.
Have you checked that your dinosaurs haven't escaped?
I'm just about to check that the dinosaurs haven't escaped. One, two, three. They're all in the enclosure.
You're going to be watching this like 12 times.
I just realised how much stuff your park has going on. I have the newest Xbox, and if I have more than 10 plants and guests running around, I crash. Yes, from what I've heard, the PC version of this game, the Xbox and PlayStation versions of this game are very badly done ports. I think it's quite disappointing that the community seems to have forgotten the quality of the ports of this game. Because whenever people complain about sort of the quality of performance, at least to me, they discuss the PC version of the game, but they never seem to mention the console versions, which are far worse, from what I've heard. Console got shafted. They really did. You see, now I've got like amenities down here. Oh, well, we'll all suddenly start moving along this path, and we'll start using the bathroom and the viewing tunnel. Oh, the way they did the people in this game. Compared to even Planet Coaster 1, who I was watching my buddy play the other day. Even on Planet Coaster 1, they move around. And they use the benches. I swear, if in Jurassic World Evolution 3 the guests do not use benches to sit on, then I don't think I will buy it. And if they somehow manage to convince me to buy it, and I do, and I see that the guests do not use benches, I will refund it. Because there is, I think we've got to the point now with this game and others where we really need to start just not putting up with the shit. I mean, come on, guys. It's not difficult to have guests use the benches. Why are they clumping up so much? Even Zoo Tycoon and JPOG's guests do better than this. If you have more than 5 species of dinosaurs on the PS4 version, you end up playing the game in slow mode. And yeah, I agree with you. Like, at that point, why even bother? And I would argue that if you cannot play a modern game at 60 frames a second, at its resolution, on a console, without it being cut to pieces, it has no right being on the console. People say that, or I have had it put to me before, that the reason I think, me saying, oh, this game should never have been on console, is because I have a thing against consoles. I don't. What I have a thing against is people having a really shit time with their game that they brought, that they spend money on, because the game is a badly optimized, buggy, glitchy mess that probably should never have been put on a console in the first place. Because I don't think that if you're asking for 60 quid for a game, that when that game is then run on a console, it doesn't work. And they can say, oh, well, it does work, it just works badly. Well, then it doesn't work. Badly working isn't working. You should be able to play it without a problem, not be able to play it in spite of the problems. That's nice. I wish we could change the colour of the flags on these. What? Are you fighting? Oh, blimey, I didn't notice the time. Right, well, we don't have too much to show, do we, for 2 hours work? We have a little bit of preparation work done for when we get up to this end of the park. And we have the beginnings of a Saurophaganax enclosure that's still probably going to take me another 2, 3, 4 hours of decoration work off stream.
And also to find the issue with the escaping dinos.
And we've also figured out the escaping dinos issue, yes. Yeah. Oh well, we didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but that's no problem. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to give the video stream a like if you haven't already. Next week's videos are all ready to go. I think it's a park tour. Yes, I think it's the tour around the completed Isla Sodor Park. That's all ready to go. Obviously, there'll be stream on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday next week. Keep a lookout for what we will be streaming. And yeah, I hope wherever you are, you enjoy the rest of your Sundays. Stay safe, and good night, everyone.